I did a Star Wars cartoon, so even I get hate from Star Wars fans when I'm like, look, dog, you're just mad the franchise isn't aging with you.
Right.
But that ain't how it works. The first one was for fucking kids.
Right. Yep.
The second 3 were for different fucking kids. And this one is for kids. You just pissed off that Han Solo gave the fucking Millennium Falcon to a girl. That's it. Because Luke Skywalker's Cinderella. Or Sleeping Beauty, okay? He can talk to things that don't speak English and understands what they're fucking saying. He gets a fairy godfather instead of a fairy godmother who teaches him how to be the best Jedi in the world in no time fucking flat. And everybody, like, I know more about the Force than most people because Dave Filoni taught me and George Lucas taught him. And all these video games have fucked people up on what the Force is. Like, Luke's skill doesn't dictate whether he wins or loses. Right. The Emperor doesn't dictate whether he wins or loses. The Force dictates who wins or loses based on balance. And here's the quick version on how to explain it to all these people who fucking think they get to decide. In the first if you want to do this like time-wise, Palpatine, you would say, and Yoda are the smartest too. Palpatine clearly smarter because Yoda was blind to the power of the dark side and the seduction of Anakin. So let's talk about the seduction of Anakin fucking Skywalker for a second. If the Emperor is the smartest dude in the universe and knows that the Force dictates this, if he kills who he sees as a rival, Anakin, then he knows the Force is just going to fucking correct that because the Emperor knows this. These are George Lucas's words, not mine. So fuck you if you disagree with me. Straight up, this is information, not affirmation time. Straight up, man. So the Emperor knows that. So instead of killing Anakin, what does he do? He seduces Anakin to double the strength of the dark side. So then what does the Force do?
Balance.
It balances us. How? It gives us twins, Luke and Leia, 2 and fucking 2. Balance. And if you look at the movie through just that simple perspective, you will not only know why every single bad guy loses and every single good guy loses, you'll know who's going to win and lose in the next fucking movies. I can tell you, I just don't want to wreck it. People bitch about the dumbest shit like it's archetype characters. This is George Lucas's words. There is no Jack Bauer in Star Wars. That character doesn't exist. It's not Han Solo. Han Solo's a reluctant hero, okay? He's a reluctant hero. That's the archetype. Darth Maul, who everybody wants to win, and he's everyone's favorite because he looks sick and he's great in the video games.
Does look cool.
Fuck you guys. He's Sisyphus. He is born to fail. Learn your Greek mythology like, I don't know, George fucking Lucas did. He's cursed to roll a boulder up the hill only to have it roll to the bottom again every single time for eternity.
Yes.
That is Darth Maul's quest.
Yes.
He's in on the joke, you guys. He knows it. He's just cursed to live that life. Again, not my opinion. George Lucas's. So go fuck yourself if you disagree. You don't get to level up in the Star Wars world. That's a fucking video game. There's no such thing as a gray Jedi. Qui-Gon even says, I turn towards the light because it's there. There's no gray. That's pretend fan fiction shit, which is cool, but don't try to canonize it because it doesn't work. And I'm never going to buy it ever. Star Wars is for fucking kids. Sorry. I'm sorry, man.
That was incredible.
Beautiful.
They see Collider,
Yes.
and they go, "Oh, it's everything."
Correct.
So everything that
they already invited Collider.
Well, they think right. They think everything that Christina and Haley will see is that they will now go on Jedi Council and do it, and that's not how it works.
Part of doing your job
And
is
talk
talking
about it, yeah. But
it,
I'm going to be stubborn and say I don't want to.
Okay.
You're
don't.
going to, though.
What's that?
You're going to.
I don't want to.
No, because it's our coverage. Haley's got a lot of really good interviews with Imagineers that she's going to be posting.
So first of all, I don't want you to do that on the air. You can call me in afterwards.
No,
so
no.
you know what? So then someone else hosts the show today. You don't have. It's the second time you've done this. The first time you've done this, you burst in the door. Screamed at us because we played the YouTube video and we didn't know it. That was the first time.
I went in and let you know that you have been taken off the air already.
I know, but you screamed at us for it.
I didn't scream.
You
opened
didn't?
the door.
Roxy, did he yell at us?
I said, "Hey, you were off the air."
Roxy, did he yell at us?
There's a clip. It's pretty.
Dad,
the answer is yes.
You yelled at us, and you embarrassed us in front of Kate Mulligan, who was sitting here too. If you want to do this on the air, I'll do it on the air. I would much rather
you did. You started this on the air. You brought. You started the show by saying you're not going to talk about it on Jedi Council, which is your show.
Okay.
But you're not the producer of it, and
I am actually.
You're actually not.
Yes, I am. I'm actually. That was the deal I made with Fernandez.
No,
I'm also
actually, no,
just the same way you didn't know. The same way you didn't know that I was the fucking head of development at one point, and head of content. Where you're like, oh, I think you're just head of development. I walk into Fernandez. I go, can you clear it up? content and development, to which now is not the case. You are, and I get it. But first of all, if you want to do this on the air, we do it on the air.
Yeah.
But I am absolutely not talking about it today. You can have Rocha host it. How about that?
I mean, if you don't want to host the show because
I don't want to.
Oh, I'm so sorry you didn't get to go last night.
You're welcome. See, you can if you want to do this again. We can do it all day long because you have the same thing, and what people also don't realize with you, you act hot-headed. You act hot-headed all the time.
You don't
you
want to
scream and yell at
Collider's
people, but you want to
content.
do it now. We can do it now.
You don't want to cover Collider's content, is what you're just saying on Collider Live.